What up, guys? This is Tito Rodriguez. I'm on JR and the Crew right now. Tune in. Catch my story. You don't want to miss it. Yee yee.
So basically, the show's starting, so we really don't give a fuck what happened.
Okay, whatever. Pre-COVID, whatever. So welcome to another episode of JR and the Crew, guys. Look, check it out, man. We have a special co-host. I'm gonna go right into it. Screw Momo.
Yeah,
Screw Momo.
Fuck JR and the Crew. Let's go straight to the co-host. Wow.
No, I'm just playing. We got Momo in the house, of course. We got Momo. She's here.
With the LA perfectly fucking.
LA 3D.
That's right. It's Dodger season, baby.
That's right. And we freaking lost this
Is that a
weekend.
pasty?
Freaking bastards. And then we got Slick Vic in the house, of course. We got Slick Vic. He's doing his thing.
Wait a minute. Why did you...
Dark
Did you slurp something you weren't supposed to and you caught something or what?
I swallowed when I should have spit.
That's what I thought.
I didn't know we were supposed to spit.
A little too salty.
Yeah,
That's what happens, man. A little too salty.
Either way, you made it here
Right,
today.
Marcos?
Yeah.
So we're good.
All right, never mind.
Like,
But we got a special co-host, man. He's not a guest. He's a special co-host. We had him on a long time ago. He was supposed to be here, a month and a half, but then he never showed up. He never showed up.
He went to Raffle Boys.
Oh.
That's what happened.
That's right.
What is Ralph?
He went to Raffle. Yes, it was that day. Yes. He even told me, he goes, look at dude, look where he was at.
Damn.
So something else is more important than us?
Nah, see? Nah.
Never.
Nah.
Yeah, number one right here. But we got...
He said the same thing over there.
He said
The same
He's all,
thing.
I wasn't
Fuck.
driving
You
that
guys are my
day,
number one.
so I couldn't make it.
No, but Amaris wasn't there, though. Because Raffle Boys.
Ah,
Amaris wasn't there. It was Raffle
Beautiful.
Boys.
She was there yesterday.
She was there
Heart
yesterday.
eyes.
We were somewhere else. We were
That's my
at
girl
another
crush.
location. But we got Rezo in the house, man. We got Rezo as a co-host, too. So today, we're not asking him questions. He's going to be asking the questions as well. So
Uh-oh, in the hot seat.
Uh-oh.
It's because
Yeah.
we didn't do our homework, so we're like, dude, we need your help.
Yeah,
Come on, like,
yeah.
tell us who this fool is.
how about pull it out of this guy?
Dude, this is like a month booked already. You had 4 weeks. To
That's
do
true.
your
That's
homework.
Like I said.
You chose not to do your homework.
Yeah, you chose, yeah. But we got a special guest,
What's
man.
up,
This
guys?
guy, he does so much in the community and stuff. We have Tito, the Hood Santa,
Yes, sir.
and then it's, what's the name of the organization?
Local Hearts Foundation.
Local Hearts Foundation.
It's on his van that's parked outside. Did you not see
Well,
that?
at first we thought it was the electrical van.
Oh, okay.
At first, he and Jimmy were like, oh man, Tiny must have somebody out there waiting for him. But he's
No, it's the foundation van.
And
it's cool.
Local, right? Local, not
Yep.
local. Like, ooh.
No,
Hey,
local.
Man.
Not local like you were last night, wherever you
I
were.
know, dang,
Local.
his voice is crazy,
Local
right?
Hearts Foundation, yep.
No, that's dope, man. So tell us
Thank
about
you.
yourself, about the Local Hearts Foundation,
okay.
man.
So Local Hearts Foundation has been a 501c3 since 2016, but the Hood Santa's been doing it for 12 years now.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And basically what we do is we do a bunch of community events. A lot of it's in my hometown, Long Beach. I'm born and raised in Long Beach.
Great.
So we do a lot of
Harbor
stuff
City
like
right
school supply giveaways, backpack giveaways, turkey giveaways. Last year we
Nice.
did 3,000 turkeys at.
Oh,
wow,
wow.
that's great.
Yeah, we did after that.
All in
we
one
did-
spot?
Yeah.
Or did you
Yeah.
like
No,
one
one
giveaway
spot,
location?
one giveaway.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's a
we,
lot of turkeys.
We get Homeland Cultural Center. It's right there in Long Beach,
Okay,
Anaheim.
yeah.
You know where that's at?
Isn't it like by the convention center around there?
So, no, but
No, huh?
yes,
Okay, no.
kind of.
So-
Yeah. That's cool.
So
Yeah,
no,
it's close.
I don't know.
Close enough. But yeah, we do it there, and then
The
after
bars I
that,
go to, yeah.
after that, we do an event for Christmas for the kids. It's called Diamond Christmas, and this year will be our 12th annual Diamond Christmas.
Oh, shoot.
And my partner in that giveaway is Nick Diamond, the owner of Diamond Supply. So the foundation was founded by myself, Nick Diamond, and my partner HJ Chong.
Nice, man.
And we basically just said, hey, we're from the hood. Like, let's give back to the hood. And
That's
that's
dope.
what the whole idea was, is for us to give back to kids that grew up poor like myself and probably like most of you. So when I was 6, my dad killed himself on Christmas in front of
Holy
us.
shit.
He committed suicide. So I
What?
pretty much grew up really poor after that. Yep.
Wow,
6
like
years
you
old.
just.
Wait, no,
I'm
stop
sorry,
there.
wait, hold on.
Well, I'm sharing the story
Yeah,
on how
you-
why this started for
Wow.
me, right?
Wow, crazy.
I don't want to talk about myself, but
Sorry,
just let me tell you
Well,
a little
you just
bit.
said it so nonchalantly. That's I think that's why we're all just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
No, but this is the.
You should have did your homework. You should have did. Nah.
I already knew. I knew.
No, but you
Nah,
said
I'm teasing.
no, but you said something right now. I don't want to talk about myself, but this is the purpose of you coming on the show is to talk about yourself. So
I was saying like take over your show. Like it
Oh
could
no,
just
please.
be-
No, go ahead.
No, this is
By
your
all means.
show.
No,
Hey,
I
get
know,
the popcorn.
I know. Be quiet. Is what I'm saying. No, I'm
I know.
teasing.
Shut your fucking mouth and let him tell the story.
I'm teasing. So yeah, so when I was a kid, that happened, and obviously we were super poor. It was 5 of us. I was the baby at the time. So the park is personal to me where I do it because that's where my mom would send us to that park, you know. And now that I'm an adult, I'm a man, I know why. It's probably for her to grieve, for her to, you know, on her own, and us not to see what's going on. So she would send us to that park, and we would run around like, you know, little mocosos running around the neighborhood. So I ended up thinking about that later on in life. As I created a band, I got to produce for Snoop Dogg. I did a bunch of East Sider records, Nate Dogg, all the West Coast legends I got to produce music for.
Right.
So I made a lot of resources, you know, friendships, connections over the years. And then after I got done making hip-hop, gangster music, or whatever we want to call it, I started a punk band, and it was called The Pricks. And the reason why I left...
Show a tattoo. Damn.
You guys probably seen it.
I've never seen it.
There's a few,
yeah.
there's a few hundred of these tattooed. You know, it was growing pretty, but it was getting there.
But before you get to
Hold
that,
on,
because
yeah.
you're going quick. Dude.
Okay,
You're like,
cool. Yeah, well, he told me it was a 10-minute interview.
What?
Yeah,
Like, he's
he said
90 minutes
5:30,
off.
5:40.
No.
He showed up at 5:29.
50 minutes off.
No, because you just skipped the whole thing. Because you know, dude, it's like this. If I experienced something like you did of my father doing that,
Yeah.
I would have gone through a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, I did.
Yeah, and that's the stuff I want to talk about. Because right now, you seem like a great guy right now. But I want to talk about the stuff like, because, I mean, did you go through any type of...
Yeah, I went to juvenile hall. I robbed a
Okay.
7-Eleven 3 times in one night. The same one.
The same, wait, the same one?
The same
Whoa.
one, yeah.
Oh, but not you again.
That's a felony stupidity.
You know, you don't
Hold on,
got,
I'm
you
gonna
don't
come
got
back.
no father. You don't got, you don't got no kind of male role model.
Right.
And that's the hood is full of that, you know. And that's why people join gangs and the crap, because you don't got nobody to put a beating on you. Only person I had to do that was my brother Raul. So he was really the only male figure that I had. I had 5
How
sisters.
much older is he?
So when my dad died, he was only about 8 years older than me, and he took on the responsibility to be the man of the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's the man. He's really the man. He's the one that stepped up and said, "Nah, you ain't gonna join the gang." He would catch me in the neighborhood corner and be like, "Only dummies do that. Get in the car," and then put a beating in
for
me.
him.
Bah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
That's a good brother.
Yeah. I love my brother. So he put me. He made me a break dancer pretty much, and that opened the doors for me to walk into any neighborhood. Was because before gangbanging got to the level of what it is now, they all used to break dance together. You guys are probably too young to know that, except Vic. Probably,
No,
right?
actually, we're older than Vic.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so then you guys know. So then you know. I'm only teasing Vic, though. I'm only teasing them. So.
Yeah, we're probably older than you. Actually, we invented breakdancing and
Oh,
shit.
yeah, I thought
We're
I
out there.
battled you. I thought I seen you spinning. No. So,
We were in breaking.
actually, you know the little kid.
One and two.
You know the little kid that comes out of the trash can, Coco, that comes out and he's popping. I battled Coco. So Coco was Coco was the best breaker in Wilmington as a little kid. And I was the best breaker in Long Beach as a little kid. So his cousins were our neighbors. His cousins were our neighbors, and they brought him to battle me. And I made Coco cry.
Dang!
I was scared. My brother basically said, "Hey, Coco's in the neighborhood, 15th and Walnut." His cousins brought him. Put on your karate pants if you know about breaking.
Yeah.
Those are the, never washed them. You know, just like put your karate.
never washed
all right. He's like, I was probably running around playing in dirt. Put your karate pants on. Coco's on the block.
There was no Febreze
All right.
back then.
Huh?
There was no Febreze back then.
No.
There was starch, though. People used to use that to make the clothes smell good.
Starch?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my karate pants they looked like that brick wall. That you got. They were dusty, bro. They were dusty. So, yeah, I mean, I know I'm jumping around everywhere.
No, but so the breakdancing and all that, did it keep you a little bit out of the trouble?
It did. That was what I was going to say is that I was going to every hood and breakdancing in their backyards.
Okay.
So,
Like you said, you had a pass. That was your
I was
get
like,
in.
it's little Tito. You know, little Tito.
That's what you
Be
went by?
careful for the essays. And then I would back. The essays would tell me, be careful for the Samoans. The Samoans would tell me, be careful for the Cribs. So they just kind of, I would like,
Yeah,
I'm
you went
coming
around.
from everywhere.
Did you ever battle anyone from the Booyah tribe?
Maybe, but they were a lot older than me. So basically, you guys know Tony A, the Wizard?
Yeah.
Rhodium Radio?
Yeah.
So Tony A's mom used to sell at the swap meet next door to my mom. My mom was a vendor too. And Tony was a DJ in Long Beach at a club called Grand Central Station. He was already 18, like my brother. I must have been 7, 8. They used to, and Tony's brother was a security guard at the club, and his name was Mario. So my brother and Mario and Tony used to set up battles for me. Bring little Tito in to battle the adults. They would bring me in through the back door, and I would battle the adults pretty much as a little kid. And then
You were their lethal weapon.
it was fun. I didn't even know. Right?
So it was like
That's funny.
they're ready
Pretty
to.
much.
Everyone's battling, and then you see a little kid just come in the back.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Through.
Round 2 fight.
Through the back door. To the back
Oh,
door.
it's crazy,
To
dude.
the back door.
He just
And
got
either
the
I would
backpack.
go to Taco Bell, or I would get scolded. It was like, if I went
Oh,
to Taco
shoot.
Bell,
You won.
I killed it. And if I got scolded, it's like, tomorrow you're going to do 500 head spins. You're going to do 35.
my God, dude.
My brother was
So he
on
was
my
disciplined.
head. Yeah, my brother was tough on me.
That's
but
cool,
good.
man.
That's good, though.
Yeah, that's...
Hey, is your brother involved with
Yeah.
Local Hearts?
So he pretty much runs all the logistical stuff at the events.
Nice.
Because he's like Sergeant Slaughter. I'm too
dope.
nice of a guy. People take advantage of me, Somebody would come in and be like, hey, I need 75 backpacks for my kids. And I'll be like, here you go. Like, who the hell has 75 kids? I know that too, but I just don't know how to say no. So they take advantage, Right?
That's funny.
The name Hood Santa was this how it happened. So I went to 17th and 1 Apparel. And before I get to that, the very first thing I did is I called HJ and said, hey, and Nick Diamond said, hey, bro, I want to give some stuff in the hood. What do you want to do? I don't even know. What do you want me to donate? Whatever's on your heart, bro. So I go to Diamond Supply. There's a bunch of stuff, thousands of socks, thousands of shirts. And we just drove through the neighborhood, right? Jumped out on kids and families. Hey, you guys want some toys, some shirts? Yeah, people get happy, but we jumped out on this little black kid pushing his daughter in a stroller, and he started running for his life. So he started running for his life, like, hey, bro, hey, we got some water. It was hot too. It was
Wow, so he thought you guys were gonna jack him.
Damn.
pretty much. So I said, hey, we got some Diamond Supply, and at that time, Diamond was one of the biggest brands, And he turns around, he's like, Diamond Supply, Diamond Supply, yeah. And he stops, right? And we're like, hey, bro, and we got some Diamond, and we got some water, some chips for you. So we give him the stuff, and then when I get. Yeah, well, he thought we were gonna do something to him,
Yeah.
And
Racial
comment,
comment,
yeah.
right?
Plus, Long Beach is super racial, right?
Yeah.
So I get in the car and HJ says, "Yo, T, we gotta do something different, bro. You gotta get a suit or something, because what if you jump out and you get killed?"
Oh,
It never crossed my mind,
That's true, yeah.
Because you're trying to be good, you're trying to do something.
And you're just
good.
like, hey.
Yeah.
But it's not really what you're trying to do, is how people receive it.
Right.
And so, like you
right.
said, yeah, you might
So
jump out and
instantly,
get shot.
we're still driving around. I hop on eBay and I buy like a $12 paper mache Santa suit, right? It's like sticking to me. So then we go
like you
back
just
out.
got released from county?
yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was, pretty much. Pretty much, that's what it was. So then we go out like 2-3 months again to do the same thing, and we get to 17th and 1 Apparel, and I'm wearing black Levi's and a paper mache Santa jacket and a beard like cotton balls, and
Now you
so-
really look like you're going to rob somebody.
yeah. So we get out. It was. Yeah. It was pretty terrible. So we hop out, and then we go to the wherever there's apartments. That's where low income families are at, right? So we go to that neighborhood, and I get out the car, and the little kid sees me from one of the apartments, and he's going crazy. He's like, hey! He's like waving me down, hey! And he's telling all his little homies in the apartment, come outside! So he runs straight to me. After everybody comes out, and he comes up to me and he goes, hey, he taps me on the chest and he says, hey man, you're the hood Santa. Santa Claus don't come over here.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
was like,
Wow.
I said,
That's
yo.
cool.
That's impactful right there.
Yeah, that changed everything for us right there on the spot. It was like, damn, this kid probably don't get nothing. They probably tell him Santa missed his house or whatever.
Yeah.
You just never know, what people are going through. So that was the beginning of Hood Santa. And then we started doing, after that, we just kept going, doing it. And then we started doing something where we were like, okay, everybody needs help, right? But how do we help the kids that are doing good in the hood?
right,
Straight A students.
Well, on that, Tito, thank you for coming, dog.
Yeah, all
Interview's
good.
over.
No. Keep playing, bro. I ain't done.
We're going to go on a
Oh,
break.
hell no.
We'll find out.
You got
where it
3
went
more
from.
segments.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about that.
Yeah. So you guys got a commercial?
We'll be back.
I had to report re-say what Vic said because
2 and 2.
You can't hear me? My bad, dude.
Can you
We'll be
just
right
sign? We're out.
Later.
What's up with your boy, Free Vic from Zero and the Crew? Check it out, man. We're getting lit with all the sponsors. And this week, we're getting lit with 2 special sponsors. One is the Toy Vida. And this one is My Two Toy Play. And you would like to know what's in it. So you kind of make that. Check them out. Check them out. Buy the merch. Check out that. If you bring this spot, if you pop up, if you online orders, check them out.
Hey guys, Peter Rodriguez here, Mortgage Masters, and hopefully you can see my shirts, Excellence Real Estate. We work so well, so close to them, and we're actually getting some of their homeowners in with homes, 0 down, using down payment assistance. It's out there, it still exists. We are trying to stay away from the uber exotic down payment assistance. We stay simple with 100% financing, FHA, no down payment with down payment assistance home loan. So if you don't have that down, but you got some money for closing costs and things like that saved up, give us a call. We can get your offer accepted. We'll go ahead and get it submitted so you'll have a full-on pre-qualified loan before that offer goes out with our 100% financing down payment assistance program. Give us a call today.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back with the Hood Santa. Damn. He said, during the break, obviously, because we cut the cameras, he's like, Rizzo's the only one that asked a question, like a good question. Like, what the fuck?
And
Wow.
I brought him.
No, he trained him on the way over
Really?
here.
You know what, Rizzo? You're out of here. You
Rizzo,
are a co-host, okay? Not a No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, I have a question for you because you were
Yeah.
saying about. I know we really got into your story, and I just want to kind of rewind a little bit,
Okay.
and I want to know, like you had said, your brother was really your father figure.
Yeah.
But you still got into trouble.
Yeah, because he had a family, and then he couldn't be around all the time to
Right.
to beat me or whatever.
To reprimand you.
I always say my brother bought me my first car and gave me my first
Oh,
beating
wow.
in the name of love.
Yeah, right. All in
Yeah,
the name of
yeah.
love.
Wow,
so,
nice.
so like what? I mean, you mentioned, there's a lot of kids out there that were gangbanging, that were doing other things. So, like, what were the things that you were doing that were not productive because of the environment that you grew up in, because of not having a father?
Well, you know what? I grew up in my neighborhood. Obviously, there's gangs every neighborhood, right? Especially in cities like that where it's so multicultural. You
Yeah.
got the black gang, Asian gangs, and you got the raza, and so on. And my cousins were all gangbangers. My brother, like I said earlier, he was the one that said, "I don't think so. You're not gonna
Yeah.
do that. You're gonna play football." So I got to play football
Oh, wow.
for a few years. But sports are expensive, and when you
Right.
got a mom who's working at the swap meet and then door knocking to sell stuff to pay the bills, she can't afford to pay that. So I did that for a little bit. I got to play. I don't know if you guys know about football at all, but I got to play football for Long Beach Poly. I was the only Mexican kid on the team.
Oh, wow.
And I was the best kid. That's right.
You were used to running,
I had
that's
to pat
why.
my own. Let me dust my own. Let me pop my own collar.
oh shoot!
No. I had fun, but yeah, I would walk home. Like I have kids now, but like I think about my childhood, and it's a trip. The difference. I used to walk home in the middle after practice. I used to walk to practice through my neighborhood, right, and then walk home when practice was over, like 9 o'clock at night, to like the most dangerous part of Long Beach. It was like nothing.
That's crazy. But back in the day,
Yeah.
that's what we did, though.
Yeah, it was
as
nothing.
kids.
Yeah.
We would walk. Now kids, you don't see no one out.
Yeah.
No one's playing nothing
So,
outside.
They're Ubering or taking
Yeah.
not
Technology,
even taking
man.
the bus anymore.
Yeah.
Technology.
Yeah,
Technology. But your question was about the dangers of
Right.
the community and neighborhood. Well, it's so easy to get misled, and if you don't have a figure that you could idolize or they could be there and teach you things, it's so easy to, for somebody to manipulate you. And
Yeah.
I was sniffing
That's it,
pain with
yeah.
my cousin when I was like 6 years old.
Oh, shit.
Oh shoot!
I walked in on my sister. I just got done watching the Smurfs. This is a true story. I walked in on my sister and my cousin sniffing paint. And I said, you better let me do it or I'm going to tell. Right? So, I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I hit the paint bag, and I looked up, and all I remember is I saw Smurfs right there. It's a true story.
You saw Papa Smurf right there?
Yeah, and obviously because I was a little kid, right? So there you go. You know, the influences,
For
right?
sure,
If my brother would have been there, that wouldn't have happened. He would have whooped all of us, including my cousin. But my brother made sure that I didn't follow doing that kind of stuff.
No, right,
Well, like I said, like breakdancing. He was already old enough to go to clubs, and he saw people breakdancing in the beginning. He said, you're going to be a breakdancer. He made me a breakdancer. He just kept me busy. Yeah. Oh, you're going to be a football player. My brother, after that, breakdancing and football, I started skateboarding. And my brother, again, he told me, bro, if you get a D, I'll buy you a skateboard. Because I was terrible in school.
Oh, okay.
A D. Not an A, not a B, not a C.
Just get it up.
He knew your potential. He tapped into your potential.
He kept it real.
Yeah,
Realistic.
a D.
That's good.
A D. Guess what I got a D in?
PE.
ESL. And I'm American, homie. English as a second language.
Wow.
B-stack.
Oh,
You guys
wow.
had an A in that one without trying, right?
Carter silent. No, it's B-stack.
Yeah. So I started skateboarding, and he kept me busy doing that too. And when I got my wife pregnant, I went to him and I said, "Hey, bro, I got my girlfriend pregnant." You know, I was all nervous. I said,
Were you young?
I want to, yeah.
How old were you?
I was a kid.
Like 16,
No,
17,
I was about to be 18.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I said, I got my girlfriend pregnant, and no, I'm jumping. I said, bro, I need to borrow some money. And he looked at me, he said, you borrow some damn money? You don't got no damn job, you know. Duh. You know? And then he's like, what you need money for? And I already had looked into what an abortion costs, $300 at the time, right? So I'm like, I'm scared to tell him. I said, well, I got my girlfriend pregnant, and I want to have an abortion. And he looked at me and said, I don't think so. You mean to tell me you're one of them kind of guys? I don't think so. You start work tomorrow, boy.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And he made me go to work. He said, you start work tomorrow. Picked me up and took me to work and said, you're a plumber now.
Bam. There's a trade.
You want to mess around like a man, then you're going to be a man.
That's
basically.
what he said. He said, oh, you want to? Oh, you're only a man at convenience? I don't think so.
Dope.
He made me go to work 6 o'clock. Made me dig a trench, spray the whole line. Shh.
Yeah.
I was digging all day. Never worked a day in my life. My hands were all bleeding. You know, baby hands. Never worked a day. I said, I'm done. Like 7, 8 hours. He said, all right, cool. Let me go see it. You sure? It's 24 inches down. You positive? Yeah. You made sure every couple feet is 24. Yeah, I'm positive. You sure? All right, let me go see. And then he looks at the ditch. He steps over it, and he says, okay, cool. Welcome to the real world. Fill it back up.
Hey, he kind of sounds like my dad. Wow.
I said,
No, he's just training.
I should have got a B in ESL. I wouldn't have been doing this, you know. But yeah, I needed that. And yeah,
So all this stuff, just everything you've been through and all the stuff you're going through. I mean, you the breakdancing and all that stuff. It just, but then you started like the hood Santa because
that came after. That came. So I'm jumping around like
I know. 'Cause I'm trying to figure it out because
Yeah.
the hood Santa came after
the Hood
Pricks?
Santa. Yeah, Hood Santa came after Pricks. So I had a change of heart. I was like, man. I started thinking about how poor we were as children. I was like, man, there's so many kids that are living like that still, you know. I didn't have Thanksgiving till I was in my teenage years. My aunt Mimi married a white bus driver. His name was Brian Hunt, and he used to drive the Anaheim Street bus. And that's how I remember, you know. And we went to their house for Thanksgiving, and I was like, "What? This is a big old chicken." It was a turkey, you know, like mashed potatoes, you know, stuff that we now
you're normally
Yeah.
you know, and so
But you didn't
all
experience that growing up.
No,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all that was always in the back of my head and in my heart how poor we were and how there's still a lot of families that don't get to experience stuff like that.
No, it's true.
Because you know they gotta either do that or pay the rent, pay the
Right.
bills, and most families need to pay the bills and they'll eat whatever it takes to survive.
Yeah.
You know?
Whatever's there, that's their Thanksgiving because
Right.
That reminds me, growing up, my dad had a cousin that he was really close to. They're the same age. He had 5 boys. The mom died. She OD'd, and so every Thanksgiving we'd go over there. Well, right before we'd bring them a turkey, and we bring them a bunch of food because otherwise
you.
they wouldn't have had it.
Yeah.
And now that I think back, like I think that's where my first experience giving back and helping somebody else that's less
Feels
fortunate.
wonderful, huh?
Hell yeah. Like I think that's really what planted the seed, because that's the first time that I had ever seen a family go without, and we were
Right.
able to do that for them.
Right.
It's a way different experience.
Oh, it feels
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
It feels wonderful. Like all the accolades that I've accomplished in my life, or whatever we want to call them. Like I got millions of records I sold as a producer, music producer. There's no better feeling in the world than helping people. And because I was one of those kids, I wish I had somebody to come and help us, you know?
Yeah.
So now that I'm in that position where I can do that, and I can bring my resources in, which are my established friends, a lot of them got big companies, and I could tell them, hey, bro, you're a millionaire, bro. Just give a little bit back, bro. That ain't going to hurt you.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, and a lot of them say yeah, you know, a lot of them say yeah. And
That's
then you
awesome,
show them where, you know, where their dollar or their product is going, and you document it, and you say, look, bro, look at this line of, you know, thousands of people standing here. You know, we did a Christmas giveaway during COVID, right? We had the whole street blocked off, a big street, not a little side street. We had Anaheim. Anaheim is like a PCH in Long Beach, right?
Yeah.
So we had the city block the street down for us. It's funny, bro. They come up with these plans. Oh, COVID, we don't want people in line. You know, we're like, well, it's for the community. It's people that don't got cars, really.
Right.
People that can't afford it. Why? How are they going to drive?
Yeah, how are they gonna get this
So
stuff?
then but there is people that they want stuff, and they got cars, and they can come. So about an hour into the giveaway, the city comes up to us saying, hey, change your plans. The line is like 4 miles long.
4 miles?
4 miles long. The line's
Wow.
like 4 miles long. It goes all the way past Juanapero. It's going to Redondo from MacArthur Park. That's far.
Wow.
That was like,
far.
well, this
Wow.
is your
I know exactly where
plan.
that's
I'm
at.
like, this is your plan.
This is your plan. I'm
Why
following
are
you.
you mad at me? We're gonna charge you for extra traffic control. I'm like, no, why? You guys decided to do that. Let them walk up. So they said, all right, the next 40 cars we're gonna let go through, and the next we're gonna tell them park and come. Do whatever you want, you know. But yeah, it's grown. It's grown to it's amazing. It's amazing. We got Manny Pacquiao as a partner of mine now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Pacquiao found McDonald's. I got Home Depot, Advanced Auto Parts. They donated 10 grand for me to service the van, pay for fuel for the rest of the year, insurance, whatever the van needs. They sponsored it.
Well, that's cool, man. But you've had a lot of success, but you said that has anybody?
Got socked up before?
No,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. I'm trying to word it right. Has anyone socked up? Of course, you probably got socked. No, but has
Have
anybody
you ever
ever?
been jacked?
No, because all the stuff that you've been doing for all these years.
Yeah.
Has your foundation really seen somebody come out of what they're doing? You guys help them.
Yeah.
Like literally,
Your
like
success stories.
There's
a bunch. There's tons of them. So I that's what I was going to share. So when we started doing the Hood Santa, I said, oh, there's kids that are doing amazing that are in the hood. Like, they're in the worst part, but they're straight A students, you know, honor roll,
Right.
Yeah,
4.0
right.
GPA. So what I started doing on my social media is saying, all right, the Hood Santa is going to go out, right? If you know any kids that need help, let me know.
nice.
Of course, you get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
Right.
And then you say, okay, cool, that's cool, but there's a catch. Your kid's got to have good grades. And then you get personable, and then you get these crazy emails from, say, Rezo has a little niece that's a straight A student that Rezo's brother is doing life in prison now because he killed somebody, and now
Yeah.
she lives with grandma, but grandma can't afford stuff, but she's an amazing kid, right?
Yeah, she's doing
Right.
great.
Yeah.
Right.
So we get personal with them, and we pay them a visit. We find out what she likes. You know, my little niece, you know, wish she wants to be an architect or engineer, and she's using my sister's computer, and she can only, what does she need? A computer? Okay, cool. Well, let's buy her a computer.
Oh, that's dope.
You know, and then
That's
we
dope.
find out we have tons of those. We had a family that we had done like 6 years. His name's David, one of the kids, and you walk into their house, bro, it's full of awards, and they're in the hood, you know, and now he donates to us.
Oh shoot.
That's
To
dope.
us. He got a job, and
Yeah.
he'll send me a message and say, "Hey Tito, man, I want to buy a couple toys." And in the beginning, I had a hard time taking it from him, you know, because it's like, "Whoa, you don't really have."
Yeah, we did this
much."
for you.
Yeah, you know. But then I had to realize something too. You're like stopping his blessing.
Right.
If
Right.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Because he's trying to
Yeah.
get back now
Right.
and do what you did for
Right.
him, but
Right.
you're not allowing him.
And so he'll be like,
wants
"Hey
to
man,
feel
I
that.
got 20 Barbies. They're wrapped in pink, and then I got 20 blue toys And then, nah, David, don't do that. Save your money. Nah, man, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have had nothing.
Nice.
Wow.
So I want to do that. Also, we have this little kid, bro. He's 9 years old. He's amazing. His name's Mason. So when we did one of our turkey events, I think this will be our 8th or 9th turkey event we've done. We started off doing like 100, and now we're in the thousands.
Yeah.
We're in the thousands. Our last turkey event cost us $33,000, bro, for the community.
Wow.
It's expensive.
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
It's expensive because you got to pay for turkeys.
Yep, sure.
And,
Yeah.
and we're not, we've tried to reach out to foster farms or whatever, and they got some kind of contract with distributors where they can't. You got to get it from a distribution center, and to get them to donate is impossible because they want their money.
Yeah, and
right?
then you got to go to the channel and all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
So we buy it. But am
There's that music again.
Am I supposed to stop right here, or am I
Well,
supposed
just
to
finish
dance?
your sentence, basically.
Oh, okay. Am I supposed to dance right here? Is this where I'm supposed to tell you
Yeah.
what I did? Is this where I'm supposed to tell you what I did to Coco?
Oh, shit.
Or show you?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Actually, yeah. Let's go. Don't be shy.
I'm not. My hips are old.
Wait, hey, real quick, we're gonna go on another break.
Yeah,
When we
yeah.
come back, man, we'll talk a little bit more and
Yeah.
stuff. And
All right.
with Hood Santa, Tito, and Tito's top 5 at
Yeah.
5.
It's 6.
Hey everyone, this is your boy JR with JR and the crew. Look, man, make sure you guys support Black Widow Investigations. Now you might ask, what is Black Widow Investigations? Well, she is a law firm, lawyer, PI. She'll take care of you if you get in a car accident, bike accident, family law. Maybe you just get injured. Maybe you trip over somebody's rock in their front yard. But hey, give her a call, man. I'm gonna put her number right here and let her know that JR and the crew sent you.
What's up, guys? Hey, this is Tito Rodriguez. I'm the executive director of Local Hearts Foundation. If you guys ever want to get involved and do something good in the community, please reach out to us at www.localheartsfoundation.org. Get involved. Let's do some good.
We're back.
We're back.
We're
back.
Do that again.
No.
Because it
Stop. Can you stop already?
The Austin Powers.
Jeez. God, no. Maybe later, though.
You good?
I'm good. I'm staying focused with you. I'm just looking at you, man. That's all I gotta
Yeah.
do.
But I have a question. Can
Yeah.
I raise my hand?
Yeah.
Can I be
And
noticed?
yes, you.
Raise the boob.
Yes, me. Okay.
Raise the
so
boob.
let's rewind back because
Okay.
you hit us with some good shit. The things that you're doing, amazing, right?
The good stuff.
But let's go back to your history because I'm very intrigued. You produced music.
Yeah.
So how did that all come about? Well, you were how old were you? How did you get into it?
Okay.
What happened? How'd that come
So
about?
you guys remember the group? It was Snoop, Trey D, and Goldie. It was called the East Siders.
East Siders.
Siders, come out and play.
There you go.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it right there. So Goldie Loke was my childhood friend. Him and
Okay.
his brother, rest in peace, Ellis, were like my best friends when we were kids. So when my dad passed away, a few years after that, we moved out of the neighborhood. And then later on in life, Goldie started skating too, and I was skating, and we ran into each other. And he told me, Nut. They used to call me Nut. Nut, I'm rapping, I'm like, oh, what? I'm starting to make beats. So he said, well, let's connect,
Okay.
And then we connected. Yeah. We connected, and I started making beats for him in the garage. And we made a song. Our first song was called 5 Dubs. It was about 5 Dubs is tires, lowrider tires, right? 520s. Yeah, 520s. I had sampled a Cameo song, Strange. She's strange and I like it. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom.
She's blushing.
Bringing me back.
Right, that beat. So I just sampled that, and then he did a song to that, and then he took it back to the hood, and when I went back over there, they were all playing it.
Oh,
So we
shit.
were like, oh damn, we got something.
Yeah.
Like, we got a real song. So we just continued to make music.
Nice.
And then Goldie ended up getting signed to a OG from, I think it was from Main Street or something. His name was Ghost. And he had a record label called OGs to Wall Street. It was pretty much OG gangsters, now they're going to Wall Street type of deal, And he signed Goldie, so I was the producer over there for them. And then he got busted. The dude got busted taking drugs in Hawaii. And then Snoop discovered Goldie. So then that's where I came into play. So I was producing for Goldie, and then it trickled down to Snoop. And next thing you know, one of my songs is on Snoop's album called Top Dog. It was a song called 20 Minutes. So my very first platinum plaque, which means 1 million records sold, was 1999. I'm old, bro. I'm that old. Yeah.
That's
Wow,
when
yeah.
That's when I started my first career.
Yeah.
So you're not that old. I guess we're about the same.
Yeah. We started at the same time.
Yeah.
In his house.
76. Yeah, I'm not that
Oh,
old.
I don't say my year. Yeah, I don't say my year.
Yeah, I ain't
His
that old.
house.
81.
70s though, 70s definitely. No.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
that's
how I
so dope.
started, and then it just kind of trickled from there, and
Uh-huh.
just started working with a bunch of different artists, and it was crazy because I was the only Mexican kid in the studios. I was like a ghost in there. They would pass by me like I didn't exist.
Wow.
They'd be like, "Hey,
interesting.
cuz, who made the beat, Loke? Hey, Loke, hey, cuz." They just walk right by me, like.
And you're like this.
No, I was just kind of sit there, banging my head, whatever,
That paisa dude right there.
Yeah, and they'd be like, "Cuz, this beat is knocking Loke," this beat is knocking Loke, and I would just be sitting, and then they'd be asking, "Who made the beat?" And either Goldie, Trey D, or somebody's like, "Homie did Nut," and then they would look at me like I was an alien or something like.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that one, but
Oh man, I'm married, homie. You're trying to get me in trouble. I was just.
You're just nuts,
So you
dude.
trying
Yeah, I
to
was
get
just
me
nuts.
caught
You're just
up?
nuts,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
just nuts.
No, I had one nut that touched my shin, and the other. No, just.
Wow. Hey,
no.
in my head, I'm trying to get a visual, and it just didn't make sense. So I'm like, he's gotta be lying.
Like the shit, all the shit.
No. That's why I'm covering it with the sweater.
We all
No,
have
just
our,
nuts,
That's right, like Zab right now. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's
He's holding it up with the leg. Yeah, he's
It's
like
the
there.
kickstand vibe. It's
It's
just
a
holding it up. Just holding it up.
But did it kind of like get you upset that people like were walking
didn't.
in like?
It didn't till for maybe like 5 years after that. It's like.
Because I'd be pissed off, man. Like, dude,
Yeah,
you're
and
trying to say
then
we
you got
can't
to
do
remember, Long Beach is super racial, so it's like
For sure.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
making beats for all these Crips, and who's this Mexican, and even though I was one of Goldie's best friends, there still was politics involved, that kind of
Right.
deal.
How did the neighborhood look at you? Like,
Oh, I'm a king over there.
like
I'm a legend
the
in Long
Mexicans,
Beach.
because
Yeah.
there's always been that.
Yeah, they love me. They love me. They support.
okay.
I don't mean like I'm the king. Don't
Yeah.
take that wrong.
No, but that's the saddest
I mean
thing.
like
That-
they
that-
love that I'm taking care of the community. They love that I'm going back, and I don't forget where I come from.
No, I meant like back then, like when you
Oh,
were making
man.
beats for,
Yeah, that's what
for
we're
these
talking about, yeah.
black
Oh, okay.
rappers.
No,
and-
that's same. They loved
You
it.
know?
They loved it. Especially the raza. They were like, Tito made those beats. Like Mexican did those beats. They
So
would
it's,
be
yeah, it's
like,
pride.
Mexican. That's what they're
Yeah.
Mexican.
Mexican.
You
Yeah,
Mexican, huh?
Tito made that beat.
No, what was crazy is that, like, Latinos or Hispanic Chicanos, we support the artists, the black artists, but they don't show no love
I had to
back.
sue Snoop Dogg, bro. I had to sue Snoop Dogg to get paid.
What?
Yeah, and basically this happened while I was suing him. He told me whoever sues me will never be nothing in this game. So he blackballed me because I could have been like one of the biggest music producers in the game because I was in the studio with you name it, and they were picking my beats. I would walk into a studio session with, I'm not going to name drop the producers, but producers that were there, they were making beats for them too, and they would be like, "Hey, cuz, let Nut throw a Nut got on Loker," and then they would pick mine. They would pick mine, and they would be all mad and like jealous or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's how you gotta
That's
go
when I
home and
started
shit.
getting bummed. That's when I started having,
Wow.
like you said, did I ever feel like disrespected or whatever?
Yeah.
But he blackballed me.
interview, all right?
But it's
Right
okay.
back.
Dang, what kind of interview
This
is this?
motherfucker, seriously?
Who's calling you? Big money.
I don't
Vic,
know.
that's
Hood
his name.
Santa's coming to your house.
Hey, them creditors ain't no
Racist,
joke,
Russell.
huh?
Yeah.
Scam likely.
Anything goes here,
Switch seats, bro.
obviously.
Scam likely.
Switch seats. Yeah, so that happened to me.
That's what happens when you get in a new relationship. They don't really understand the dynamics of our show, and so they gotta check in.
He don't know how to say no yet.
You can't say no right now. You can't say no right now.
Yes.
When I call you, better answer. Okay, baby. Yes, baby.
I'm in the interview. Baby. The answer is yes.
I thought it was the next guest, but it wasn't.
But no, you got black dude. That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Fuck Snoop, homie.
Oh,
no,
hey, whoa, you better that.
My personal opinion.
What if he shows up?
No, it's cool. It was crazy because while I was suing him, I was still going to his house and stuff. And basically, that's why they call me nut. I didn't really care. There was a rumor that they wanted to get me. I showed up over there with a gun. And I was like, who's looking for me? We can all go there.
I get the nut, man.
I'm right here. What's up?
Yeah, they pulled me over. Pull over. Hey, be careful. They're trying to get you. I said, who's trying to get me? Well, they're going to get you. All right, cool. Well, let's go see. Went straight over there. Well, you're looking for me. I'm right here. They were like, oh, because you're tripping.
Why are you pointing at me?
Well, this is a real story.
Yeah,
And obviously, I don't want nut. Thank God that I didn't do nothing,
right?
Or they didn't do nothing to me. But yeah.
Everyone's leaving out, Patrick. Dang, you're blackballed, bro.
Is he Snoop's engineer or
He's
what?
Snoop's engineer.
Well, let me give you some tips. You better get paid. So you were the guy that was claiming to be me?
Little nut.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, I'm big nut.
Well, give me that beat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I was going to his house, and I was still trying to be cool, and they were telling me, we're gonna take care of you, we're gonna pay you, we'll give you some money, and then I just kind of was like, all right, enough's enough. My brother too was like, bro, they've been telling you that for a while, and then I hired Stephen Lowe, which was Tupac's attorney, which is my homie too, a good friend of mine, and he said, all right, well, you own the Library of Congress, it's two forms. It's a performing arts form and an SR form. Sound recording, performing arts cover art, music, whatever. And I owned them both. So once Snoop and them saw that I had that, it was like, oh, we got to pay them.
Nephew.
All the sudden,
So my very first music check was $198,000.
Wow.
What'd you do with that money?
It's all kind of good things.
Okay. You didn't go buy a house or buy a car. You
Yeah, I
did
bought
some
all
other
kind
stuff.
of stuff. Yeah, I had fun. So then that obviously would have turned into a lot more, but I do feel like maybe that place wasn't for me.
But I think they would have respected you a little bit more after that, because then it's like, oh shoot, okay, he doesn't play around. But
they did, but
they want to take
Snoop.
advantage.
But once you're blackballed, you're fucking blackballed. That's it.
It's
Your
Snoop.
career's over.
But the beautiful part about it is that I was blackballed. That sounds funny. I was blackballed in the rap world, but in the hood, all the dope dealers would come to me. Nut. Hey, cuz, nut, cuz, we want a beat from you, cuz. With the East Sider beats, look.
So you're still doing your thing,
dude. I was making like $10,000 a week for like 3 years.
So you didn't need him.
Yeah, no, I didn't. It was but the fame part and all that would, I probably would have, dude. I would have been produced for everybody. Not probably. I know.
Yeah.
Because they pretty much removed me from the scene when I was walking into the studio with everybody, and they were getting pushed to the side for me.
So what did you do after that?
I was still doing that. Then I had a daughter, and then I kind of started getting bummed out hearing all the bitches and hoes talk, and I was like, even though I had 5 sisters and a mom, it never bothered me like it bothered me when I had a daughter.
Different when you have a child.
It hit me.
Uh-huh.
I said, well, my daughter's none of that. What the hell are you talking about? I'm out of here. So I left, and then I started a band. I met this dude named Brophy through the dude OGs to Wall Street. He was in prison. His cousin ended up taking over the label for him, and they owed me $10,000. So he called me, said, "Yo, Nut, I got 3 white boys. I'm trying to do a Beastie Boys group, right? And you're the only producer I know that could do all kind of stuff, different type of music. can I bring? I said, yeah, bring me my money and we'll do whatever. So he he brings my money and he introduced me to Brophy, first white friend I ever had. And we just hit it off. I taught him how to rap because he was just going crazy. Da, 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 da. Rapping, there's melody, there's timing, there's bars, there's chorus, there's bridges. A lot of people think they're just going to go rap and it's a song. It's a lot of stuff, So I taught him all that, created a band. We ended up getting pretty big. We got to travel the country. We traveled some parts of the world.
Oh, wow.
The biggest event we played was the Home Depot Center.
With the band that's on your...
The Pricks.
The
Pricks.
What inspired the name, The Pricks?
It's a funny story.
I want to hear it.
Not Pricks. Both
hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
who was the asshole? Who was the fucking prick?
I was like, exactly, oxymoron. Two nice guys with a crazy name, So, and even our music was like uplifting, positive stuff. And so Brophy got asked to rap, and I was just a producer. And I was giving him gangster beats, and it just wasn't matching. I'm like, dude, what are we going to do? This ain't working, bro. And then I just made a fast beat. Boom, ka, boom, ka, boom, ka, boom. And he went crazy, Da, 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 da. And I said, yo, bro, that's the sound. That's what we've been looking for the last 4 years. Just a drum and a snare. Created a whole album. It took off. People started liking it. And then he said, yo, bro, they asked us to do a show. He had never done a show. I said, well, let's do it. I'll be the DJ. And he was like, well, we need a name. So I said, well, let's be the Tide.
The Tide?
I don't know.
That's not cute.
Oh, yeah.
The beach. The Tide. And he was like, the Tide? That's kind of weird. I said, well, then let's just be pricks. You're a prick. I'm a prick. And he was like, all right. So that's where the name Pricks came from. And my wife was like, you guys ain't going nowhere with that.
Except for around the world.
Tonight, Jay Leno, Tiger Woods, and the Pricks. That wouldn't work. Oh. All right? That would have been sick.
Dope.
That was a dream.
Well, we're going to be right back. When we come back, man, we'll talk about more of, the Pricks. No, we'll talk about, where you're going, man, and stuff. You have the foundation now, and you do a lot of big stuff, a lot of community events. So we'll get into that, and we'll be right back.
Sick.
He told my mom directions what to do. Back there, no cell phones, like he said. So yeah, hijo, vete a Zacatecas, forget about it. So
wait. How did he say it again? What were the last words? Because
the last words is because my dad, because he got emotional too.
Let's say it one more time.
If you want to see me in Tijuana, go home. Go to Zacatecas, start your life again. Find somebody you love. Like my dad's fucking crying, bro. I mean, how would you feel, fucker, if you knew that one of your workers got caught and they want you to come in?
You know why I asked you? Because I did get caught at the border, and those were my exact words. Anyway, you know what? Just fucking move on with your life. I say I'm going to do 25 years. No, I'm going to hold it down, okay? I'm going to hold it down. Just bring my girls like every month, okay? So I resonated with that shit big time.
Bro, because you're going in.
Yeah, I'm like,
you're going in.
Oh, my God, dude.
Allegedly.
All right, guys, we're going to end it right here because he's going to help me go get my daughter's car. We're going to film that. Jimmy put the cameras in his van. We're all going to. We're on our way.
Let's do it.
All hoods.
The hood Santa.
The hood mechanic.
Literally, we're going to pop the hood Santa is in the house.
Oh, shit.
No, but we are back, man. And, thank you so much, man, for being on the show.
Thank
Of
you.
course, we have our guest co-host. We have Rezo in the house, of course. And then we have Tito, man, from, Hood Santa and stuff. But, let's talk a bit more about your foundation, man. Okay. I mean, your nonprofit, because you went from the Hood Santa doing it about 12 years. So were you just doing it as you just doing it? It was no nonprofit or anything, and then you turned into a nonprofit?
Correct. Yeah. For the first 7-8 years, it was just me doing it, just wanting to go out and do some good for families, children, people that need help. People need resources, whether it was backpacks, turkeys, shoes, whatever it was that we could raise, we wanted to give it back. Mm-hmm. And then I ran into an obstacle where I didn't even know it's not even an obstacle. It was more like I was just filling up my car and putting stuff in there and then putting stuff on the internet. And one day a dude calls me and says, hey, Tito, I showed your video to my boss, and they want to donate $10K to you.
Shit.
And I'm like, sick, right? I'm like, yeah, that's rad. I'm like, that's rad. Yeah, for sure, you know? And then he said,
But
you're a 501c3, right? And I was like, what's that?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And I said, no, right? The following day, the same thing happened. Said, yo, T, bro, I showed my my boss your videos, what you're doing. You're helping a bunch of kids. And we got a couple vans that are sitting here. And I showed them that you're in your little Lexus filled, you know, the trunk's full, that you got stuff all the way to your head. They want to donate a van to you.
Wow. And you
But
couldn't
you're a 501c3, right?
Wow.
And I was like,
that's
no.
tax ID.
I was like, no. So I missed out. So then right then and there, I was like, all right, I'm getting these opportunities, but I'm not doing the work to get to the next level. So then I created the 501c3.
Good for you.
And then from there, the van that I have now, Franco Vescovi bought it for me. He owns
that's a nice van.
He owns Bishop Rotary. He saw what I'm doing, and he said, hey, man, I like what you're doing, T. You know, what do you need? You know, I need a van. He said, hey, look for a van. We're going to buy it for you.
Damn.
And then he bought it. He bought that. And then on the way home with the van, I ran into one of my other buddies, Hector, who owns LA Property Inc. LA Properties Inc. Saw me. He was like, Nut, you need some rims on there. Bought me some rims. So follow me to
Smoked
the...
out the van.
In minutes. In a day, pretty much.
Damn.
In a day. And then a couple
You
of
got
my
some
boys...
bumps in there too.
That I saw him the other day, and he was like, he said, Hood Sam, you need to be knocking in there, you know? Like, he was like, let's
Slapping.
go, yeah.
He need to be slapping
Yep.
through the hood.
Knoxzilla, you need to have that
That's
going
funny.
on.
That's crazy, man.
So then I had the van get wrapped too. They donated the wrap too.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Blessing after blessing, huh?
Yeah. You know, that's what it is. You know, it's when you put that kind of thinking into play, and you know that you're doing it, you're doing God's work, and you're trying to, you know, do the right thing at all times, not just convenience.
Right.
People see that, you know.
But yeah,
And
people
when you're
see right through it.
consistent, when you're consistent, and when you continue to do it, you know, year round, and people want to help. You know, people want to help. It's a trip. There's a lot of people that want to help. They just don't know what to do. You know.
Right.
So what I'm learning is, I pretty much say, like, when people say, "Man, I want to help, homie," you know, cool. It costs $20 to buy a turkey. That's it. Oh, homie, here's 100.
Nice.
Buy 5. You know, and it's like, and then you go back and you say, "Look, bro, come volunteer. Look at there's your 5 turkeys.
Right.
Look, you see that mom? You see that little grandma? That's on you, homie."
That's good.
And then they come back.
Of course.
Yeah.
I got gangbangers, bro.
They
Gangbangers
give?
that hit me up like, "Why you doing it right here?" I'm like, this is my neighborhood. But why you doing it right here? I'm like, well, come through and see. I challenge you to come. Come with little Smokey, Joker, whatever. Right? They show up, and then I tell my brother, hey, bro, put them in a position where they can feel empathy, where they can feel compassion, because a lot of them just see one thing all the time: gangs, anger, fighting, gangs, right? They don't see that, you know.
Yeah.
So I tell my brother, hey, bro, put him little freaking. 3 legs or whatever we're gonna call him. You know what I mean? You know, little chopper 27. Throw him right there on the side. You know, throw him right there so you can see that little kid be psyched to get Christmas presents or new shoes, and then they usually come back and say, "Yo, dog," or "Hey, homie, hey, you can count on me next time." I said, "All right, do me a favor, bring a couple more homies," and now I got like 50 of them, and they work hard.
No, that's dope, dude.
And they work hard, and they're committed, and that's what we need. You know, we need the community to coexist, and we need
definitely.
we need everybody to get along, and that's the mission for me, is to bring us together and make sure that we all, you know, can work together and not. What are we fighting about? You know, like there's so much more in the world. There's so many more people doing worse than you could ever imagine. You know, on your worst day, there's somebody doing 10 times worse than
Even
you
worse
could
than
have
that,
ever
yeah.
imagined, you know?
Right.
And so Mexicana is a big supporter, right?
Yep, Mexicana. Shout out to Martine and Manny. They grew up in the same community, same neighborhood.
Mexicana is the
Mexicanas. It's a hibachi grill.
Oh, Hibachi
Yeah.
Grill.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they donate tons of stuff. Whatever we're doing, they jump in. No.
They got two locations of.
Brick and mortar restaurants. They just, I don't know if I should say. He's opening one in Huntington Beach.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
He called me today.
that's
Super
dope.
happy. Yeah, so he's doing good. He's doing good, but the beauty of him and is that people come into our communities, right? And they just take. We need to support those that want to give too.
Yeah.
So I made a personal commitment to make sure that he gets our recognition, and it's paying off.
Well, that's good because they're giving you
should
the
be-
finances. You have to support them back.
He should be celebrated because
Hell
a
yeah.
lot of businesses don't do that.
Right,
They
you're
just
right.
want.
Yeah,
That's
what could you do for us?
exactly like me and Monica. I mean, you day in and day out, all these business. Well, what do you have for me? Well, what can you do for me? Like people come and say, well, why should I be a part of what you're doing? Well, number one, because it's the right thing to do, and number two, because the community benefits from it. Not me. The community benefits, and like you said, like people that make money, it's like they're gonna give it away to the government. Why not give it to a nonprofit?
Yeah.
Or why not help out the community or the
right.
businesses?
That's the message. Convey it, and let them see that you're serious and have
Right.
that the commitment and then the passion also. And be consistent because nonprofits come and go. And usually it's because a lot of it is transparency.
Poor leadership. Yeah.
Transparency.
You give out and hand out in Long Beach?
No. We do South Central. We do Compton. We did last year. We did Whittier. That was our 4th toy drive. You guys know Rascal? Rascal with the tattoo right here. Esteban Oriol shoots his photos.
Yeah.
Rascal has a toy event that I'm pretty much
Do you ever go to one?
I used to when I used to produce music for Sugar Free.
Let's
go. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Let's
so
run
many.
it. Let's run
Let's
it.
go. Let's go. I used
no,
to be in
for sure.
Pomona a lot, actually.
Yeah. The glass
Sugar Free.
house.
Well, we do have a
Fox
concert
Theater.
May 28th, guys. Don't forget Sugar Free, Yuck Mouth, Jail Felony,
right.
and
Brian
Cocaine.
J's-
Brian
Brian
J's
J's
album
release.
release party.
Let's
Album
go.
You're more than
release
welcome to
party.
come out, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're part
for
of
sure.
that. Jared and the crew are
Sick.
part of putting
Good
that
job.
on.
There's a lot of
in May.
synergy in the city right now, and a lot of people, negative connotation towards Pomona. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's ghetto." There's a lot of gangs there. A lot of drugs there, or poor leadership, whatever their perception may be. But we're starting to change that little by little.
Good for you.
So for sure, we'll get something together. No.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Really like that?
It takes that. It takes that.
Yeah.
It takes that.
Little nudger.
A lot.
Good for you. Good for you. Are you from Pomona?
I am.
That's what it takes.
Yeah, I tell people.
Yeah.
Cause my brother's from the neighborhood,
Okay.
and so I got arrested in the streets. He got arrested in the streets, and I say I used to run Pomona, like run through the streets, and now
What are you hiding under your shirt? Freeze!
See, I knew you had jokes.
We all want to
Freeze!
know.
Put your hands up.
but enough about the fucking titty jokes, all right?
Are you happy to see me, or is that a bazooka?
Actually, it's two. And they're grenade launchers, by the way.
Oh, my God.
No. But it really resonates with me when you say, you're there to really support the community and to give those that are less fortunate.
For sure.
Because that's what that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean, I didn't grow up that bad, but I grew up bad enough.
Yeah.
And-
You know the feeling.
and-
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. I don't have eyebrows for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's right.
it wasn't my decision. I didn't wake up one day and be like,
one sagging now.
yeah, I know. Well, it's because my it's because I'm starting to get like carpal tunnel.
That freaking Megatron light zapping you over there. Right? It's like a Megatron 10,000 light.
Motherfuckers.
My leg is tanned.
Hey,
Got a
my
tanning
friend over
light
there
in
says,
here.
I would have told you.
I got a tan on one of my arms from
Oh
that light.
shit.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
That's rad though that you want to take care of your city because that's in the beginning I would get a lot of like, why only Long Beach? Why only
Yeah,
Long-" And
yeah.
that was the reason why I called it Local Hearts, right? It was
Yeah.
like, well, why don't you come to Compton, homie? I'd be like, well, check it out, bro. I ain't from Compton.
Yeah.
You are. You do it.
You bring me.
But I'll teach you. That's why I wanted to call it Local Hearts. Take the game that I learned, right? How to approach the city, how to approach sponsors,
sure.
how to approach volunteers, how to approach donors, right?
Right.
And educate them.
Yeah, there's,
you
there's
can't.
an
You
art,
can't.
There's an art to it. You can't.
Yeah,
just be like,
you
hey,
can't
give me
just be
money.
like, "Hey, council member, give me some stuff." They're gonna be like, "Excuse me, block this dude," you know, right? Right?
Get him out of the chambers.
Yeah,
His
you know.
3 minutes is up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know. So that was the reason why I called it Local Hearts. There was a lot of thought into that of like educating, people with a
sure.
philanthropic heart that want to do something
Right.
good, you know.
Like you said, like a lot of nonprofits come and go, and what I've seen is a lot of nonprofits go
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have a business model. Even though they're nonprofits, they need to learn how like the functioning of a business.
Right.
Because if you just basically don't have like a guide of how you're going to operate, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
You're going to fail
Yeah.
hands down. And
Yeah.
so and it's important. And so that's what me and Monica do is we educate nonprofits.
Good for you guys.
Let's
Good.
turn your
right.
like not turn yourself into a business, but
Yeah.
operate like a business.
Yeah.
So that way
The
it's
structure.
sustainable.
Yeah, structure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, discipline.
Exactly.
you know,
and multiply it.
yeah.
Not just do what's in your city, but like you said, I love what you said, is teach other people how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go and do it for you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna teach you.
You can teach me.
Yeah, and also we're in a good position where I do give resources to those
That's
people
dope.
that I teach. Like,
Yeah.
we cut checks to help. I'm not gonna name drop them, but nonprofits and
Well, we're gonna be one of your students.
yeah, I'm down.
No, we
down.
are. We're starting the JR and the Crew
Yeah,
Foundation.
Yeah.
We are. We're starting that.
God's put it on my heart to share. And
So are you Christian?
yeah,
What church?
I go to Cottonwood out in Los Alamitos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably know. Yeah. I got married at Cottonwood 21 years ago.
Nice, man.
Yeah. My mom was a pastor. That's why I didn't get killed. I've been
Oh,
I've been
wow.
shot at this close.
She's been praying for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all met in church. Honest
Really?
to God truth. Yeah,
Yeah.
when we were kids. We used
So
to
how'd
be-
you guys
Oh,
turn into
victory!
this
Oh, victory!
mess?
Oh, victory outreach.
It was a shit show, but
We're trying to convert Vic. No, say lift your hands right now.
perfect.
No, I mean we're all
No,
Christians.
it's all good.
Are we the best
Yeah.
example, or do we try to be pastors and leaders? No, you know what I mean. But do we love the Lord with all of our hearts? Yes, of course we love the Lord, and we know the Lord is doing things through us because we have good hearts. I believe when my brother passed away, I learned one thing is that God. At first, I was all about works. You get to heaven by doing works, but it's your heart. That's all He wants is your heart. And if you have your heart and you go out and you just love people, that's it.
Scripture
That's all.
says works ain't good enough.
Yeah. Faith without works is dead.
Action.
Yeah. Both. They both got to be alive, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's crazy that I'm now in a. I went from a crazy podcast to church. Where am I,
Hey.
dude? Where am I at?
So right
Don't
now, if
tell
you're
me
there,
you guys are superheroes in like 10 seconds. I'm gonna be like, where am I? Right? Brown Panther, Chapulín Colorado. Like,
Well, kind of going back to our podcast. So when I first joined JR about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and I told him, well, what's the podcast about? Like, what do you guys stand for? Like, what is JR and the Crew? And he said, we're like the voice of LA. We want to be considered like the voice of LA. But more importantly, we want to educate and inspire. And I said, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to
That's our
do.
goal.
And that's what we need to do. And every time that we sit down and, of course, you self-analyze, right? You critique
Right,
yourself and you
right.
say, okay, what have we done and what can we do better?
For sure.
And it always comes back to educate and inspire.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's amazing to have people like you on.
Thank you.
Because you're telling your story. Somebody might be going through the same thing that you're going through. They may have lost a family member, a parent, and not know what to do next.
Right. Right.
Feeling lost.
Right.
That's right.
Not knowing what resources are out there, but
Yeah. That's the goal, is to
that's why
help
we're
each
here.
other.
Yeah.
And going back to how we all met, this was because of God.
Yeah.
Like we're not, like you said, we're not no Bible thumpers. We're not religious. We're not, trying to be evangelists or pastors. But there's a reason why what, 20 something years later,
Yeah.
us three came together. Mm-hmm. There's a greater vision and a greater purpose than what we're doing right here, right now.
Right.
And it's coming.
Yeah.
So buckle up.
Yeah, I'm down.
Just watch, man.
I'm down.
No, and I told you like earlier, we want to do a lot of community events, man. That's our
Count me
goal.
in.
We're
Count
gonna
me in.
we'll count you in, and want to do a lot of community
He
events.
said count him into the concert too.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah,
sure.
no, we got
Yeah.
you.
We got you the concert stuff, dude. It's gonna be amazing. We the purpose of this, like she said, is to educate, inspire, and also, dude, just make an impact.
Yeah.
What we're doing, just make a freaking impact, dude. And just being ourselves, though. No
Yeah.
judgment. Just
Right.
be
No
No
ourselves.
scripts.
Yeah.
No,
be
like you
ourselves,
got to
man.
do this, you got to do that.
Freestyle, come from the heart.
It's like,
Just do it, man.
that's it.
I love your heart, brother.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
You have a really good heart, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate
So
it.
So where
you
can-
could have been so many other places, and done so many other things, but you're where you're at right now because
For sure.
You could have been making music, hoes and sluts.
Dude, I was out of there. When my daughter was born and I started like listening, I'm like, I gotta go.
yeah.
Yeah,
That changed
no,
my
having a
life.
daughter changed. I have two daughters, so it changed my life too.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yep.
And then he has
sure.
two daughters. It
I
just
got a
makes
daughter
a different
and a
view.
granddaughter, so yeah.
Yeah, I got a granddaughter too.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Isn't it
son.
amazing being
my
a grandparent?
Son, yeah, it's rad. My
the
my
best.
granddaughter's 9.
Shit.
My son had a
You are
daughter
old.
when he was 16.
Oh, shoot.
Wow, yeah.
Oh,
So where can everyone find you, man?
The Hood Santa at the
the
Hood
Hood
Santa,
Santa?
or Local Hearts Foundation. I answer everybody. I'm the guy that answers everybody.
That's
Nice.
Dope. That's
I
dope.
believe everybody's somebody. You know what I mean?
That's
And
good.
I want to honor every single person that, if they send me a message, I'm gonna respond. you
Well,
know?
I just requested to be your friend, so
I
if
think
you
I
could-
blocked you.
I blocked it.
I got an AK. No.
I got you. Yeah, if you're interested in volunteering, interested in donating, there's a link tree in my bio.
Nice.
Find out more about what we do. There's a link there that takes you to the website. Kind of, talks a little bit about our mission statement and what we stand for,
That's
what
dope.
we do. But we're just trying to do, not even try. We're doing some good
Great.
in the community.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're doing it. I hear a lot about you, man. So you guys are doing it. But thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Truly
it.
appreciate it, man. And you guys have
I can't say shit
You
right
can't
now.
say anything.
Yeah, just
Thanks
mad.
to man. Thanks for
Actually,
inviting
it's better.
me. Vic.
It's better. I like you like this.
Do you?
I love you like this. I'm gonna go as far to say that I love you like this. So keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep being sucio. Shut your mouth.
Hey,
Yeah, and then we got our
10
guest.
10.
Yeah, we had our
Yeah.
guest co-host right here.
10
We
out
had
of 10
Rezo.
right here.
Yeah. He'll be back too. Periodically, he's gonna come on the show and be a part of what we're doing. He's actually gonna hit up the
love
walls
that.
and stuff.
He's
So
like Houdini, like he'll appear and like reappear. And,
Yeah.
Reinvent
I know. He
himself.
just ended up in the van. I was like, where'd this guy come from? He just popped up.
Oh, shit.
But hey, man, thank you so much, man. Really
Thank
appreciate
you,
it. We hope you
guys.
guys like the show, man. Once again, hit up Hood Santa.
Yeah.
Go to his links, man. We got Rezo. Make sure you check out all his work too. He has a lot of
We
murals and
still
stuff in
owe
the
us
community.
another painting. I'm just
Yes.
saying. Just saying.
He's gonna do the whole wall and stuff. So I appreciate you guys, man. We'll see you guys next week, man.
And I'll see you
Easy,
Saturday.
guys.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, but check it out, man. There's still a few more things you need to do.
You gotta like, you gotta share, you gotta subscribe. Guys, just subscribe. Click it. It's so easy. Just click it. Leave some comments.
Yes, leave some
I
comments,
mean,
damn it.
Last time you left a little too many comments. I know I look a little pudgy. I'm working on that. But I mean, what do you guys want to see on the show? What, I mean, any
That's right.
recommendations?
Yes.
Through this year, we're going with some different things, man. If you guys want to check out some restaurants, any kind of nightclub, let us know.
Give us your
We're
feedback.
listening.